Yo, 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 it's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about how to get out of the friend zone and how you can do this 100% properly while you're on semen retention. Because what a lot of problems that I've heard from a lot of guys lately is that they can do the attraction stage, they can get into the rapport stage, but when it's time to sexually escalate, that's where a lot of people fall flat. And that's where I fell flat for a long time too. It always was the hardest point in the interaction when you wanted to sexually escalate. How do you actually sexually escalate so she's not looking at you as a friend but more of a lover type? And to do this, the thing is, a lot of guys think that the more they do, the further they'll get along with the girl. And to be honest, that's not entirely true. The more you can sit in this thing called non-sexual tension, meaning you're kind of basking in the tension when you're sitting across from her looking at her. You're sitting in that tension of, hey, you're a guy, hey, I'm a guy and you're a girl, and we should really like go into the bedroom and do stuff together, but this isn't the time and place to do it. And that's what we call sexual tension. So it's everything that's not the bedroom, everything that leads up to that point. How do you create enough of this tension so she has no point but to do what she wants to do with you, or what you want to do with her? Well, the fastest way to get to this sexual point in the relationship, in the girl you're trying to pull, is you have to touch her. You have to touch her so she gets comfortable with it. A lot of guys just don't touch her enough. You have to caress her on the shoulder, on the arm, look at her anywhere. You have to just touch her on the shoulder or anything like that, on the arm, so she gets a feel for you. And you have to utilize sexual tension to your advantage. You have to sit in that tension, bask in there, and then let that energy of that tension carry you out through the interaction. At some point, your brain is going to be disassociated with any of this, because it's more of an emotional type of feeling that we're going after. You can't really make logical based decisions when you're in that tension of her and leading up to the bedroom. You have to touch her, escalate and touch her, and you also have to mask in this tension until it gets to the point where there's so much tension that the next step would have to be, hey, let's go up to your room and let's just like chill up there. And that's how it turns into a sexual type of interaction. But the thing is, the thing leading up to this point is, one, utilizing touch. And seminal retention will help 100% magnify your touch and your eye contact and everything, all the body language that we've been talking about. If you touch her while you're on semen retention, your touch is just going to be very, very much more powerful, and that will help you try to get closer into the interaction to where you want to go. If you give her that masculine touch on the shoulder, caress her, give her that masculine eye contact that we've been talking about while you're on semen retention, all of these little triggers, aka touching her, looking her in the eye, and basking in that sexual tension, will be 100% amplified, making it a lot easier for things to go naturally your way. Because the problem with a lot of guys is they can do all of this, they can do everything right, they can give her a good opener, they can create rapport, they can do all of this, but unless you're touching her and you're sitting in and you're masking in that sexual tension, then she's gonna be forever known as your friend. There has to be some sort of touch initiative, and there has to be some sort of sitting in sexual tension, because the longer the sexual tension is between you and her, the more probability that you will get to the next base with her once you sit in that sexual tension long enough. I've had some friends who just all they do is talk, and then there's a less decent guy that comes up. He does 50% less of the talking, and he does 75% more of the touching, the movement, the escalation, and that type of guy gets more results with women than the person who just thinks that he can just talk his way through the interaction. And that certainly is not the case. If you want to utilize to get her out of the friend zone so she's your solidified, let's say, lover, there has to be some sort of sexual escalation between you two, and that means 50% of it is like you're touching her, you're making it known that you're touching her and she's okay with it, and the other percentage is utilizing, basking in that sexual tension for a longer period of time, so it drives her nuts. And the next logical step in the interaction would be to go to fourth, fifth, sixth base, and everything will be 100% amplified on semen retention. Your eye contact 100% amplified on semen retention. Your touch 100% amplified on semen retention. Just the aura and the thing and the energy behind everything that you say 100% amplified on semen retention. It will get to that point where you're letting the sexual tension speak for itself, and once you can let the sexual tension speak for itself, then by all means, 30 minutes from the interaction to 45 minutes, you're somewhere else. You're not eating dinner anymore. You've improved went to 5th, 6th, and 7th base. But all this happens once your sexual tension has been picked up, and both of you are transmuting sexual triggers without you having to say anything. And you're giving her that masculine frame of touch and endearment. You're just touching her in a caressful way, in a way where you're caressing her. And then by all means, do this enough and things will sexually escalate. Things will definitely sexually escalate. Now, don't do this if you just relapse and you think you can talk in sexual tension. Because if you just relapse and then you try to talk to her in sexual tension, then it's definitely not going to be as effective, because you kind of just gave up everything that you quote unquote were going to give to her, if that makes sense. So make sure you don't relapse before you do this. Harness your sexual energy, build it up, and transmutate that energy through your body language, through the sexual tension that we've been talking about, and through touching her in a caressful way, and then boom, exit out the friend zone and get into the sexual escalation part that we all hope for at some point in the interaction. Now, if you found any value in this, I put together a free video training series where I go deeper into sexual escalation and how to get out the friend zone entirely, so you're no more seen as a friend to her, but more of a sexual partner, if that's what you want. Click on the link below. I put down 4-day free training for this. So like, comment, subscribe, and just tell me how you guys felt about the video, how you guys think this could help you in your relationships. Peace out.